I knew beating Max would be a tough task today, but the car was amazing. The car felt incredible out there, and I had a lot of confidence. I could push pretty much throughout the whole race. It's incredible to remind ourselves of where we were and what we're able to achieve now. You know, getting lapped by Red Bulls most races to beating them by 20-something seconds today. It just shows the work that we've been putting in.
I mean, it was just very difficult also in the race to get the most out of it. It was not the best balance. Of course, we tried everything we could. We had a good start, but I think it was quite clear early on that I couldn't keep Lando behind. So as soon as he passed me, I just focused on my own race and tried to bring it to the end. Of course, it got a bit close behind me towards the end, but we have a bit of work to do.
I did not expect it. I think perfect weekend qualifying. We maximized everything. Today we had very low expectations. P6, P7 was the thing we were targeting. We thought that would be the best. P3, as much as it's great, I'm really happy about today. But at the same time, we need to address that race just like we do when we have a bad surprise. We've had a very good surprise, but we need to understand why. And in order to reproduce these kind of performances more often.
Obviously the start was pretty poor for both of us, so something to review there I think as a team. And then I just couldn't really make the progress that I needed. I just got stuck in the dirty air, and from that point onwards it was a pretty painful afternoon, so definitely some things to look at.
It was a bit of a surprise for me, I'm not gonna lie. Our best predictions of our damage limitation today was P7, P8, so to actually make it to P5 is a better than expected. I would have never expected to be able to pass a Red Bull and a Mercedes in a track like this, but it's true that our pace today was really, really strong. I felt very at home in the car since the laps to the grid, and I immediately saw that we might have a chance to make a bit of a comeback. So yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Weekend progression has been a solid one, but I'm just very disappointed with the pace we had today in the race. It's something we were not expecting to have. I thought we were going to be a lot closer to the McLaren. Ferrari was a massive surprise, and obviously McLaren. So plenty of stuff to understand. I think it has been a positive weekend for the team because we run different specs within Max, myself, so a lot of data gathering for this weekend, and hopefully very soon we can put everything together in the right package, and Monza will be a very different track again, but it was scary to see what McLaren can do today.
Surprised with a lack of pace, really don't know where that disappeared to. Friday was good, Saturday was reasonable, and looked on course for sort of a comfortable fourth or third prior to the race, and then suddenly just went backwards, and I don't really know what happened there.
I felt like I did a lot, but I didn't really get that far. I felt like I did more than my result shows, but unfortunately qualifying really made it difficult, and then from there I think if I qualified where I should have qualified, I would have been in the top 5.
It was amazing. I had a great start, managed to go around the outside of Lance and Fernando in turn 1, which I think was extremely important for our race, and managed to control the race from there on, managed the tire, Fernando behind, which was putting quite a lot of pressure all the way through. I had a couple of great battles with Lewis and Carlos as well, so it was fun, and very pleased we managed to get on top of that midfield.
The top 4 teams seems they are in another league, so we are fighting for 9th and 10th. Today was 10th. Pierre was a little bit faster than us all throughout the race, so it was a challenging race for us. We didn't have the pace, we were not comfortable, so we need to get better.
Feeling a bit disappointed right now. After what was a very difficult weekend, Friday and Saturday morning, we actually managed to turn around the 2 meaningful sessions, and it was obviously looking very promising for a lot of the race, but I feel we didn't quite get the strategy right, or we were just a bit too aggressive with our pit stop.
Yes, we still didn't get points, but I was actually happy with the kind of big picture of the race, the pace, the times when we had to push, we pushed and had a little bit of pace in hand, and when we had to maybe get through a few cars, we were able to not lose too much time.
Struggled with pace today. We weren't as quick as some of the other midfield teams, so yeah, we got to look into it.
We gave it a go. We tried a different strategy, tried to do stuff other cars weren't doing. We got covered by other cars in front, so got the undercut on a few cars, and at the same time got stuck behind a lot of cars as well during the stint, so we never really showed any true pace.
Difficult weekend, unfortunately. I think we did the maximum we could on our side today. But yeah, the positive on the other side is that Pierre and the team, they had good pace, which is good information for us, and well done to the team and himself for scoring some points. It's going to be important to understand that ahead of next week. And
I lacked a little bit of pace today. I mean, one stop was definitely difficult. Just some areas of the car that I still feel like we have a major weakness for some reason, and those things need to be resolved to ultimately find a lot of pace.
We split the strategy across the garage, and in the end didn't go to the way that we wanted, I would say, but also at the same time, I think the tire allocation wasn't in the end, didn't work well, but at the same time also when we pitted, the lap we pitted was everything too late. Everything, when I always rejoined to the track, was always cut behind the cars, and they just stuck always in the dirty air.
Starting from the pit lane, we knew it was going to be a difficult race, and it was. I think the pace looked different, looked decent from where I was watching. Still need to go and see the lap times of everyone else, but just felt strong when I was fighting people. Just had a off on that. I think lap 1, lap 2, and that cost me a bit. So, but after that, just got stuck in almost the rest of the race after the first stop.
I think it was the most difficult race weekend this year so far in terms of the pure performance and pace, and that was the case in the race with every tire compound. So lots of things I think to take from this weekend for if we're thinking about the future development. I think this track is really amplifying all the weaknesses of the car. So lots to learn, and good thing is the next weekend track is very different. So I think we should be a bit more positive going to next week.
I was definitely expect to be not competitive, but don't expect to be that difficult. That's for sure. But yeah, from lap 1, I'm just struggling with grip. The race was pretty over for me lap 1, going backwards, but then not just able to stay with the pack at all. And then after that, I think it was kind of difficult to catch up anyway, and it just shows exactly where we kind of are this weekend. But next time in Monza, I'm sure will be better. But we need to understand why we always been struggling so much, extremely on the high field, and the changes we did clearly couldn't really make it work.